Welcome to the Bosal plant in Pretoria, where we have state-of-the-art equipment and infrastructure. We meet national and international standards. We have 3 laser cutting machines where we laser cut profiles. We put flat plates on the machine bed and we use a CNC program to laser cut the profiles for the tow bars. We remove the profiles from the laser cutting machine and they go into the welding department or into the bending department. In the gooseneck towing ball cell, we take a 38mm round bar and heat it up in an induction heater. From there it goes onto a press where we forge the head of the tow ball. In our bending cell, we have 2 CNC bending machines where we bend all the profiles. We also have tube bending machines where we bend long tubes for rear step bumpers. We have manual bending machines as well where we bend the cross tubes for our tow bars. After our bending process, we then put the tubes into a cutting machine which uses a circular saw with a soluble oil for cooling. In our drilling cell, after bending tubes and trimming them, we have to drill holes in them so we can fix the ball mounting plates onto them. Once the components have been bent, trimmed and drilled, they will be put on a trolley in packs of 25, where they will be then pushed to the welding bays where the welding process will start. In our welding bay, we do 2 types of welding. We do a manual welding and we do a robotic welding. On our robotic welding bays, we have jigs that are mounted onto the manipulating tables, where the operator loads the welding jigs on the robot manipulating tables, where the robot starts welding to its pre-programmed sequence. Once the robot stops the welding sequence, the operator will unload the tow bar and hang it onto the conveyor. After the welding process, the conveyor will take the component to the surface treatment area, where it will go through a shot blasting machine to remove mill-scale rust or splatter on the component to prepare it for the e-coating process. Once the component comes out of the shot blast machine, it then goes into an iron phosphating system. The first operation is to rinse the component to make it free of any dust. It then gets rinsed in 3 phosphating baths. The component has now been treated to accept the e-coating painting. The conveyor will then carry it to the oven, which will dry and cure the e-coating. The component will then be moved to another conveyor where it will go into a powder coating process. The powder will be manually applied. After powder coating, the product will be allowed to cool off, where the quality inspector will check the components for any paint defects. Once the quality inspector is happy that the product meets the Bosal standard, it will then be taken to the assembly and packaging area. In the assembly process, the component will be married up with its fasteners and all its loose parts. We also assemble subcomponents and wrap them. Each component has an installation instruction which will be sent with the component to the fitment centers to assist in the fitment of the product. All the small loose components will be put into a Hessian bag where it will be weighed to make sure that the kit is complete. The final process is to put the main component and its kit in a box where it will be sealed and labeled. Once the product is packaged, it will then be put on stillages and moved into the warehouse. The product is now ready to be shipped to our customers. Thank you for joining us at our Bosal plant in Pretoria.